What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 17, and we start today's episode off with a game away against Yeovil Town here. And of course, we've got 10 games to go in the season, so just 10 games to go before the end of the first season in this series. And so far, as you'll see by the league table in just a second, we are sitting in second place. So we're performing way above expectations this season, way above the expectations. And as you can see, we are in front by 7 points with 10 games to go. So we are behind QPR by 7 points as well, but we're not going to catch them, let's be honest. They're going to win the title, but there's still a big chance we will be going up promoted automatically, which is such a huge surprise for us. So it's been a surprise all through the season, really. But we do take on Yeovil for the first game. They are sitting in the relegation zone, so I fancy my chances, but I wish Yeovil had the first chance of the game. A shot coming in here with quarter of an hour played, but once again, Nyland, what a signing he's been, makes a decent save, and it's still 0-0. A few minutes after that, Ryan Gould breaks out here. He's got a lot of pace, the little man, goes down the right hand side here, keeps on running down the right hand side, eventually cuts inside onto his left foot, takes aim with his shot, but sadly the goalkeeper stands big at the near post and keeps the score scoreless. So it's still Yeovil 0, Millwall 0, but from the corner it's James Henry who crosses the ball into the centre. Mark Beavers gets his head to the ball, but it just goes over the bar. So a very decent opening 20 minutes here, and in the 30th minute the Yeovil goalkeeper clears the ball up only as far as Nicky Bailey. Liam Trotter wins the ball, gives it to Brian Carrasco, one touch pass out to Ryan Gould. Gould with a great ball into Carrasco, who finesses it into the back of the net, but sadly the referee does rule it out because Carrasco was sadly offside, and it was a great call as well. He was just offside, but it was a lovely ball by Ryan Gould. He started to play a little bit better over the past few weeks. He started off okay, then he turned a little bit average, but he's got a little bit better. But he took a shot there. Was it Nathan Ake? It was Nathan Ake actually, but his shot went wide, so still 0-0. With an hour on the clock, it was still scoreless, so I tried something different from this corner. I tried to cross it out to the edge of the area where Ryan Gould hit it first time on a volley. It was headed away, and out of nowhere, there was no defenders, and Madden was all alone for Yeovil. Gould was trying to catch up, Wise was trying to catch up as well. They couldn't do it. Madden was surely going to score on the 1-on-1, but no, Nyland saved it. It reminded me of like a sort of a hockey shootout, you know, when the player has a direct run at the goal in like a 1-on-1 situation, and yeah, Nyland comes up the winner, tips the ball over the bar and keeps the score at 0-0. So a great save by our goalkeeper. I have no idea what happened to the defence there. Still 0-0. But from the corner, Webster heads it in, but it's cleared off the line by Ryan Gould. So still Yeovil 0, Millwall 0 here. So well done to Ryan Gould for clearing it off the line. And in the 67th minute here, Nyland throws the ball out to Ake, down to the right-hand side where Michel Weiser is. He goes through the centre, plays a superb ball over the top to Brian Carrasco. Wonderful first touch by a Chilean winger here, down the left-hand side, stops the ball. Rainbow flicks it, gets onto his right foot here, plays it back out wide to Gould. First time to cross into the box. Henry's header just goes onto the roof of the net. So sadly we couldn't complete a very nice goal there. So still Yeovil 0, Millwall 0. But in the 76th minute here, Foley gets onto the ball and puts it past Nyland. I'm really sorry that goal was so quick there. I accidentally cropped out too much footage. But yeah, it was a simple finish for Foley. It was on the edge of the area, down the left-hand side. He cut in and finessed it into the corner. So Yeovil 1, Millwall 0. Nyland's resistance was finally broken. But in the 83rd minute, how about this? Brian Carrasco, 1-on-1, rounds the goalkeeper with a heel-to-heel flick and puts the ball wide from an open goal. So frustrating. I have no idea what happened there. Rounded the goalkeeper as simple as possible with the heel-to-heel flick, and with 5 yards out, if that, he puts the ball wide. Yes, he's on his left foot, and yes, it's, you know, a relatively, you know, easy angle for him to score from. It is a little bit tight, but even so, I have no idea how he failed to score there, and sadly it was still 1-0. And from this corner, the goalkeeper makes a good save. It comes out to Trotter. Trotter shoots, and again the keeper makes a stop and keeps the score at 1-0. And that was unfortunately how the game finished. So Yeovil do collect all 3 points. We get nothing from this game. It was actually a really balanced game. I think a draw would have been fair in this one. Nyla made some good saves. Yeovil's goalkeeper made a couple of good saves as well. But sadly, it was Foley's goal that separated the two teams, and we can only pick up 0 points and just some lessons to learn, I'm afraid. But anyway, 0 points. But after that, Michael Ngu came to us, one of our strikers, and said, "I've seen a provisional team for the next game, and I want to play because, you know, I mean, Ngu, like, he came on loan from Liverpool at the start of the season, and he doesn't really get on the team that much. But when he does play, he actually does do all right, to be honest, because he's a big target man. He's 6'6", and he's not slow either. You know, he holds the ball up pretty well. He can distribute it out wide to the wingers and back to the midfielders if we need them. And you know, he's not bad in the air or with his feet either. So Ngu's quite a good option. I've got to be honest. Like, I mean, Morrison's loan will expire at the end of the season, obviously, and so will Ngu's, obviously. But for next season, I'm definitely thinking about maybe picking up Ngu on a permanent deal and sort of playing him a bit more. But Anyway, that loss against Yeovil meant that Brighton could close the gap on us, and they're now just 6 points behind us, so they're catching up, but we still feel very, very confident we can go ahead and collect automatic promotion. But so we did take on a Watford side, a very strong Watford side as well, who we did beat well in the FA Cup here at the Den by 3-1, but they're still a decent side. And the first chance did come to us. James Henry's cross in the 5th minute was met by the head of Steve Morrison, but sadly the goalkeeper tipped it wide, so still 0-0. But in the 14th minute, Fabrini's onto the ball here. It's given away by Paul Robinson. It comes to, I think it's Fabrini again. Yes, it is Fabrini on the ball. Plays a wonderful ball through to Anya, and it was a simple finish for him. I have no idea how he was in so much space, but it was a great ball nonetheless. But Anya was in all the space. He had all the time in the world, and he finessed it past Nyland to make it Millwall 0, Watford 1. So Watford take the lead in this game. 17 minutes in. You see Anya once again down the left-hand side. He had a great start in this game, and he keeps on going. Crosses the ball into Fabrini, and what a chance for Watford to make it 2-0 here. And sadly, Fabrini's header goes wide of the post, but thankfully for us it did. But in the 30th minute here, Cassetti's on the ball, and we just didn't get going in this game. Watford are playing so well in the opening exchanges. Cassetti crosses the ball in towards Fabrini, and his header goes wide of the post again. So brilliant chances there for Fabrini with 2 headers, but he puts them both wide of the post, but still 1-0. But in this game, it was all Watford in the first half. They were playing so well. He see Watford on the ball again here. The ball comes into Faraoni, I think it is. Comes back to Batocchio, I'm not sure. But anyway, the shot comes in, and Watford go 2-0 up here with 44 minutes on the clock, and this unbeaten home season in the league was basically all but over at half time. We were all over the place, 2-0 down as we were closing out the first half. It was all over the place really. And he see Nicky Bailey make a bad challenge on one of the Watford players, and as you'll see here, the referee pulled him back eventually and said you can't be doing that sort of thing, and he ends up booking him as well. But yeah, 45 minutes on the clock as we were just closing out the first half. We were 2-0 down at home to Watford. We're yet to lose a game in the league at home, and 2-0 down with 45 minutes on the clock, it was not looking good for us, and it looked like it was going to be back-to-back defeats there. But in the 57th minute here, Watford on the ball once again. Batocchio collects it, but this time Nicky Bailey slides in, and the referee has no choice but to show him a second yellow card. Bailey is off for a second bookable offence, and he was right to get sent off there. It was my frustration really, it being 2-0 down, looking like we're going to have our first defeat in the league at home, and Watford just didn't give the ball away. What can I say? And I was getting really frustrated, and I slid in with Bailey, and the referee rightfully so gave him a red card, and sadly we were down to 10 men, so if we wanted to keep this unbeaten season at home, this record alive, we'd have to score 2 goals or 2 or more goals with 10 men, so it was looking more and more unlikely. And in the 63rd minute here, it's Anya down the left hand side. What a game this guy had. Chips it into the centre, and sadly the shot comes in, and Nyland can't keep it out. It's Millwall 0, Watford 3, and I just have no idea what was happening in this game, man. I was just all over the place, to be honest. And you look at the possession there, 40-60 in Watford's favour. Yes, I do know that the AR and Legendary always keep hold of the ball, but even so, I just couldn't get the ball off them really. But in the 69th minute, one of our first chances came to Brian Carrasco. Carrasco ran clear of the defenders and finessed it into the corner. So Carrasco gives us a glimmer of hope here. The good guys get a goal back here. So Millwall 1, Watford 3. And in the 77th minute, we had to make our chances count. Weiser goes down the left-hand side, crosses the ball to the far post eventually, or does he? No, he gives it to Ryan Gould, who crosses the ball to the far post towards the head of Liam Feeney, and his header goes over the bar. So we needed to make these chances count, really, if we were going to get anything from this game. Still Millwall 1, Watford 3, and in the 83rd minute, Mark B intercepts his man, plays the ball to Brian Carrasco. Carrasco's onto it, plays it to Ryan Gould, lovely ball out wide to Liam Feeney. Feeney goes down the right-hand side, fake shots past the defender, goes one-on-one, but sadly, the goalkeeper makes a really good save and keeps the score at Millwall 1, Watford 3, and sadly that was how the game finished. So we lose in the league at home for the first time this season. It's a real shame, because I was really hopeful that we would keep this unbeaten season going at home, because it would really hold us in good stead for next season. But sadly we couldn't do it. We lose by 3-1. We also saw Nicky Bailey got a red card as well, so it was a miserable loss. It's not like we played really well and just lost by the odd goal. Sadly we got completely dominated, and you have to say well done for Watford. What can I say? And yeah, Bailey's going to be out for a game as well. That kind of sucks. He's not that instrumental to our team, but he's a decent holder midfielder, so that does kind of suck. But anyway, after that we saw a look at our youth squad monthly report, or our youth player monthly report, if you will. Our centre back, whose name I'm going to have a go at pronouncing, Leao Gutierrez. How's that? Does that sound about right? Leao Gutierrez, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, he looks okay. I mean, his potential looks really, really good at 84 to 94, but his overall's a little bit poor. But I'm sure as he stays in the youth academy, he'll develop. But here is a look at the squad report as well. A reminder that the squad report and the full league table is shown at the start of every month. And yeah, it's all right. I mean, as I've said, there's players in there which I can't wait to get rid of. Really, like Paul Connolly, for example, and Stephen Bywater. I'll look to sell on, and some players have their contracts expiring, some players don't. There are some players with contracts expiring that I'll look to, keep at the club, such as possibly Shane Lowry and Andy Keogh. But yeah, the squad's okay. It is going to need a lot of work doing next season. We really do need to strengthen, but even so, we need to do a lot better with this squad for the remaining games. Anyway, a lot better than this episode with 2 defeats out of 2. But hopefully we can go ahead and do that and get more points in the next episode, because this was a really, really poor night of play for me, and I didn't play very well. And sadly, as you can see, Brighton have almost caught us up. They're now just 3 points behind us with 8 games to go, so it looks as though automatic promotion was going to be sealed within the next few games, but sadly we are getting right caught up by Brighton. But as always, guys, big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Apologies for my voice to sound a little bit off. I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, but thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.